This is Dr. Lee, and now we will discuss the ear. And this is MBC 102, Unit 3 lecture. The objectives of this presentation are to identify the anatomy of the ear, define and spell the word parts, build and analyze medical terms using word parts, define, pronounce, and spell the disease and disorder, diagnostic, surgical, and complementary terms for the ear. Interpret the meanings of abbreviations and read medical documents and interpret medical terminology contained in them. The two functions of the ear are to hear and to provide the sense of balance. So the ear is made up of three parts: the external ear, the middle ear, and the inner ear. We hear because sound waves vibrate through the ear, where they are transformed into nerve impulses that are then carried into nerve impulses and carried to the brain. So here you have the external ear, which is what we normally consider the ear, flappy part at the outside. And then you have the middle ear, and you'll find in the middle ear the auditory canal, the mastoid bone, the mastoid ear cells, and tympanic membrane. And then you have the inner ear, and then you have the eustachian tube and other very important parts of the ear. So the middle ear specifically has the stabilizing ligaments, the external acoustic meatus, the tympanic membrane, as we mentioned earlier. It also has the malleolus. These are called auditory ossicles: the malleolus, the incus, and the stapes. And then you have the oval window, the round window, and the auditory tube. So the middle ear or tympanic cavity is another word for it. And then you have, we already talked about the external ear. The auricle or pinna is located on both sides of the head. And this is the external auditory meatus is a short tube that extends, that ends at the tympanic membrane. So it goes all the way until the middle ear, basically. The middle ear or tympanic membrane is the eardrum itself, and that's semi-transparent membrane, and it separates the external auditory meatus and the middle ear cavity. Now, the eustachian tube is what connects the middle ear to the pharynx. The ossicles are bones of the middle ear, and those carry sound vibrations. And this ends this presentation.